Developing now, new details are emerging about the FBI raid on homes owned by rapper P. Diddy.
Is that a doll?
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs, and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment.
Okay, get a fucking girl, get a drink and some rock. Don't drink none of that other bullshit. Mother.
I hope you're sitting down because the news about Diddy is absolutely wild. The FBI just searched his house, and what they found has the entire internet in shock. According to reports, Diddy has been hosting some very exclusive and mysterious parties, often referred to as freak-offs. But what did investigators really uncover that has everyone talking, and how did he manage to keep it all hidden for so long? Let's get right into it. If you thought Diddy's parties were legendary before, wait until you hear what was allegedly discovered inside his mansions. There were strange supplies, secret rooms, and even rumors of recordings that could change everything. And that's not all. These discoveries might be the key to understanding what really led to Diddy's sudden downfall. So, grab your popcorn and buckle up, because we're diving into every shocking detail of what's been revealed so far in this unbelievable story.
Alleged Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
You might be wondering, how did we get here? How did one of the biggest music moguls in the world end up at the center of a massive federal investigation that has everyone talking? It all started with a series of shocking allegations claiming that Diddy was hosting secret, high-profile parties filled with mystery and controversy. But no one ever imagined things would escalate this far. When the FBI raided his homes in Miami and Los Angeles, they reportedly discovered things that left investigators stunned. So what exactly did they find? And how is Diddy going to explain his way out of this? Let's break it all down. Let's rewind for a moment. For decades, Diddy has been living the high life, lavish mansions, exclusive events, and legendary parties that drew some of the biggest names in entertainment. But behind all that glitz and glamour, there were whispers, rumors of things that didn't quite add up. And now, it seems those whispers have finally caught up to him.
You know, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
According to multiple sources, Diddy has been hosting what some insiders call secret freak-off parties, exclusive, over-the-top gatherings that reportedly lasted for days and involved some very questionable behavior behind closed doors. But this wasn't just about luxury and fun. Allegations suggest that these events may have included illegal activities, heavy substance use, and coercive tactics that have now drawn the attention of federal investigators.
At this point, everyone knows Diddy's done. This isn't about Diddy. This is about anybody and everybody that went to that house or the other one, LA or Miami, that did anything after having 3, 4, 5 drinks, and you went to a room and you don't know what happened. You don't know what's recorded. Those guys who went to those parties, they're all calling each other.
Now, most people thought those rumors about Diddy's secret parties were nothing more than gossip until the FBI got involved. In March 2024, federal agents raided his homes, and what they uncovered was even more shocking than anyone expected. According to court documents, investigators reportedly found large quantities of unusual supplies and materials that raised serious questions about what had really been going on behind closed doors. But that wasn't all. The FBI also discovered unregistered weapons, controlled substances, and perhaps most disturbing of all, recordings that Diddy allegedly used to keep people under his control. Blackmail. That's the word investigators are now using as they piece together how far this web of power and manipulation may have gone.
Dear, conversation for me is not easy. They're trying to slut him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
So, what exactly was going on inside Diddy's house? According to the indictment, he allegedly had a full team of staff members whose sole job was to organize these so-called exclusive events. Their duties reportedly included arranging supplies, managing guests, and ensuring everything ran smoothly for days at a time. These weren't your average get-togethers. Sources claim they were marathon-style parties that sometimes lasted all weekend. It's even been alleged that Diddy hired on-site medical staff to monitor attendees and make sure everyone could keep up with the intense pace of these non-stop celebrations.
Pretty sure you guys have all seen these videos that are just surfacing from Diddy. This is Diddy of him at a party and what he does to his guests at his parties. Check this one out. Look what he does. Look at him, Adam. This is during the sun. The sun is out.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
Look, that guy is just...
It's so unfortunate. You gotta pull back, though. They can see.
Look, you're proud of that?
That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. What you get a drink on his head.
But here's where things take a darker turn. The FBI alleges that Diddy may have used these secret gatherings as a way to maintain control over powerful people. According to reports, investigators claim he secretly recorded what went on during these events and later used those recordings to pressure guests into staying silent. That's where the racketeering charges come in. The indictment suggests that Diddy may have used his own business empire to finance and protect this hidden network, keeping everything running smoothly and out of the public eye. But it doesn't stop there. Insiders say some guests didn't realize what they were stepping into and were stunned by how chaotic things could get. These marathon-style parties allegedly lasted for days, with endless supplies and staff on standby to keep things going. And at the center of it all, according to investigators, was Diddy himself, carefully orchestrating everything. That is, until the FBI showed up and turned his world upside down. Violence. That's the next layer of this story, and it's what truly shocked everyone following the case.
Yesterday, I had smoked something that Puff had gave me, and it was like it was as if I had partied like 3 nights straight. It was like, it was the craziest.
I hope you're sitting down, because what's happening with Diddy right now feels like something straight out of a Hollywood thriller. For decades, he's been one of the biggest names in music and entertainment, a global mogul, a man who built an empire from the ground up. But now, that same empire is shaking to its very core. The story that's unfolding has shocked fans, friends, and the entire industry. It's a mix of fame, power, fear, and mystery, and it's leaving people wondering how someone who once ruled the charts is now standing in the middle of a massive federal investigation. So how did we get here? How did Diddy, one of the most influential figures in hip-hop history, become the focus of an FBI probe that's making headlines across the world? It all started with whispers. For years, there had been quiet rumors about Diddy's exclusive, over-the-top parties, private events that supposedly only a select few could attend. Most people brushed it off as gossip or exaggerated stories from the Hollywood scene. But then the FBI got involved. And suddenly, those whispers didn't seem like rumors anymore. In March of 2024, federal agents raided Diddy's homes in both Miami and Los Angeles. According to reports, what they found was far more serious than anyone expected. Investigators claimed they uncovered strange supplies, hidden rooms, unregistered weapons, and even recordings that hinted at something much larger happening behind closed doors. Court documents suggest that these weren't just random discoveries. They were clues that pointed to an organized network built around secrecy, power, and control. According to the allegations, Diddy didn't just throw lavish parties. He orchestrated full-scale events that lasted for days. He allegedly had staff assigned to manage every detail, from guest lists to logistics. Sources say he even brought in medical professionals to monitor guests who stayed for long periods, making sure everyone could keep up with a non-stop schedule. Now, here's where things start to turn dark. The FBI claims that Diddy may have used these events as leverage, secretly recording what went on, and using that footage to manipulate or silence people later on. Those alleged recordings are now a central part of the investigation, and prosecutors believe they may reveal evidence of coercion and abuse of power. And if that's true, it's not just about parties or celebrity drama anymore. It's about criminal activity on a massive scale. Investigators also found multiple unregistered firearms, including rifles with scratched serial numbers and large-capacity magazines. According to legal experts, that alone could result in serious federal charges. When combined with the other evidence, the hidden tapes, the alleged intimidation, and the claims of manipulation, it paints a picture that's deeply disturbing. Some insiders claim that Diddy used fear to maintain control. Employees, guests, even business associates reportedly felt pressured not to speak out. One source described the atmosphere as intense and unpredictable, saying that power and influence seemed to control everything that happened around him. And then there are the tapes. Authorities say they found numerous recordings allegedly made throughout his properties, videos that captured moments many people assumed were private. If what's on those tapes turns out to be true, this could expose more than just Diddy's actions. It could pull other major industry names into the investigation as well. Meanwhile, social media is absolutely exploding. Every platform is filled with theories, memes, and debates about what's real and what's rumor. One user tweeted, 1,000 bottles? Hidden cameras? This is starting to sound like a movie. Another joked, Diddy's life just turned from red carpet to crime scene real fast. But beneath all the humor and viral posts, there's genuine disbelief. Fans who once admired him are struggling to understand how someone so powerful could end up here. Prosecutors, however, are treating the case very seriously. They've described it as one of the most complex investigations in recent entertainment history, involving possible racketeering, coercion, weapons violations, and even potential trafficking charges. If the allegations hold up in court, Diddy could be facing decades behind bars. And remember, this isn't just about him. If those tapes contain footage of other major figures in entertainment or business, this could be one of the biggest Hollywood scandals ever recorded. Still, Diddy's legal team insists he's innocent. They claim the raids were unnecessary and that he's being targeted by false accusations. In public statements, they've suggested that the allegations are part of a campaign to destroy his reputation. But the evidence continues to grow, and more witnesses are reportedly coming forward. The question now is simple. Will Diddy be able to defend himself? Or is this truly the beginning of the end for one of music's most powerful men? It's a story that has everything: fame, fortune, betrayal, and the fall of an icon. And as investigators continue to dig deeper, the world is watching to see just how far this story will go.
So what do you think?
Is Diddy guilty of orchestrating something much darker than anyone imagined? Or is he being caught in a storm of false claims and media chaos? Let me know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the wildest stories shaking Hollywood. Because if this case is any indication, this might only be the beginning.